I've done lots of research, and these people are not Gullahs, but they're also not Geechee. If you want to know the truth, you have to go back before 1750, before they were called Geechee. They were never called Geechee prior. And they weren't called Yuchi, only Yuchi, and they also weren't called Guale only. I know those are the other things, and I know even I said that in the past. But you gotta go deeper to before South Carolina was called South Carolina or North Carolina. It was called Chicora. Chicora refers to the name given by the Spanish explorers in the 16th century, 1500s, to the legendary Native American kingdom, Indian Kingdom, or tribe in present-day South Carolina. To dig deeper, you have to listen to Queen Quet. Her mother's side and father's side are Indians. Let's listen.
Because here in Beaufort County, when you drove on to St. Helena, there are two islands that sit on the side of St. Helena, Dato Island and Palawan Island. Most people are not familiar with either one of those islands. I am, because that is where my father's side of the family are from. Dato is named after Chief Dato, who was no doubt a Cusabo Indian. Okay, Palawan Island, which sits right next to it, was actually the first Indian reservation signed into law in the United States. I didn't find that out until I was a grown woman doing my own research from my own books on Gullah Geechee culture. And I decided I wanted to find out what did these names of where I live mean.
Even she didn't know, okay? Up until she did her own research, meaning it's not out there as normal information. Daltar Island is what she was talking about. Palawana Island is the other one she was talking about. Her father still owns, or she still owns land, her family, that has been passed down over there on Daltar. Daltar Island has a website with a book that I translated because in there it has Datha, because the word is really Datha, named after King Datha instead of Daltar, because they changed these things, who was a legendary figure. He was the chief, basically, in Chicora. But notice you see Chicora listed, so we're in the right time frame. And it tells you on Datha that he was King Datha, a giant among men. He was known to be a giant. Technically, he could have just been 7 foot tall, something like that, something like an NBA player compared to everybody else. But very tall in stature. And he had tall men with him that would carry him around. And I will get to that.
From Dato is named after Chief Dato, who was no doubt a Cusabo.
Now, she said he was Cusabo. Now, we're going to get back to that. These maps change over time. But notice this map says Cusabo in the same area. That would be these islands right by the Ogeechee that go all along the coast. But notice they go well past the Ogeechee River, which is why these people shouldn't just be called Geechee, because they all did not just only live by the Ogeechee, but that is the current term for them. And I'm okay with the term, but I just want to say you got to dig deeper to the past. Now, like she said, King Data or Datha was a Cusabo. Now, on the website, they have this book. I translated the passage that has Datha in it. Let's read it. And also above it, it talks about Chicorian people. So from Chicora, just to get you in closer so you can see Datha, and there's Chicorian for the Chicorian people. Chicora, South Carolina. It says King Datha reigned over 500 tribes stretching from one sea to the other. Now let's just stop there. You may think 500 tribes sounds like a ton, but you have to understand that a tribe is a family, like family surnames. So having 500 families along an 80-mile seacoast is not something that's just crazy. They were all tribes or families grouped under Cusabos. So they were all Cusabo We'll get to what a Cusabo is, but they were different tribes, different families. He is said to use men of great stature in place of horses to draw his chariot whenever he pleases, who carry him upon their shoulders and return him home again. Now, this is a government website. It's not talking about the Cusabo, it's talking about the Kusa, not the bow. We'll get to why. But you notice on their website, they have a man, which is likely King Datha. They don't say, they say the chief of the Kusa, not Cusabo, but he is being carried upon the shoulders of men. Now, here's an older French map. This is called French Florida. It used to be called Spanish Florida sometimes too. But over here, you have Chicora. Getting a little bit closer here for you on the map. Chicora. Charlestown, because here's Charles Fort before it became Charlestown. That's another story. Okay, trying to speed up because there's not a lot of time, but Cusabo, okay? So the Cusabo, like I said, he was king of the Cusabos, King Datha included, and he was king of 500 tribes, where here's some of those tribal names. Some of these tribal names are the island names over there along the coast. Ashipo, Kambahi, Kuso, Kuso, the name of whatever early people, a Kusa chiefdom of the Mississippian culture, Edisto, there's an Edisto Island, Asamakawu or whatever, which is now St. Helena's Island, Itawa, you got the Kiowa, Stono, Bohico, all these others, okay? So there was these plus even more names of tribes. And if you want, here's a screenshot. Here's the date that they showed that the tribes are first mentioned. Here's the date that they were last mentioned. Notice they were last mentioned in the 1750s, around the time where people start getting called Geechee later, and then all of these people are erased. These are after certain wars. That will be wars like the Tuscarora War, which was fought in the Carolinas, and the Yamasee War, which was fought in the Carolinas, talking about Catawbas and others. Who are the others? Also fought in Florida. So again, Cusabo, he was a Cusabo. Well, on the Kusa website, tribe under the government, this is NPS, National Parks and Services.gov, they have a guy that looks like him in a drawing they tried to recreate. Well, if you want to know what Kusa means, you have to refer to the letter of Hernando de Soto, or you would refer to the Choctaw language, or Choctaw, what they would call today. They say Carlos or Kalios is explained to be an abbreviation of the Choctaw word Kalalusa, which signifies strong black. It's like strong black, the word put together, or black. Lusa, kusa, si, meaning strong, si, ka, lusa, kusa, okay? I am inclined to think that Kusa, the name of a river in Alabama, and of a tribe that formerly lived on its banks, have the same meaning. Charlevoix, which is a French explorer, and I just showed you the French map, right? Who was wrecked on the island near the southeastern coast of the peninsula near 1720 before 1750, speaks of the inhabitants there of having skins the darkest red plus rouge of any Indian he had seen. Basically, they were black, okay? Dark red plus rouge of any Indian, and they were strong and black. Gonna have to speed through this last part, but I knew that. As soon as I heard the word Cusabo, I kept asking, why did they add the word bow to it? The suffix, like they're just trying to change the history, where this actually shows that bow is a suffix, and other evidence may indicate a relationship of the Arawakan language to the Caribbean indigenous people, some whom originated on the South American continent. What does this mean with my last 30 seconds? That Kusa, bow, is a combination of Shata, meaning strong and black, and bow, which is an Arawak language meaning Caribbean, calling these people Cusabos, meaning they were a mixture of people from Choctaw and the Caribs. They were Kusas and they were Bows, and Cusabo is a bi-ethnic people who were living down there, who are now Geechee, and Geechee sound Bahamian. And I've said that from the beginning. They sound like they're from the Bahamas. I only got 5 more seconds. You're gonna have to stay tuned for the documentary or more videos.